Hey everyone, welcome back to the Football Martin channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. There's not loads to report when it comes to transfers right now, and I wanted to put a video out because there's been loads of managerial changes. And what sort of knock-on effect could that have for Saints next season, who also have a new manager? But there's a big move happening right now, which will see Thomas Frank become the Spurs manager, which will see it all change at Brentford. What a job Thomas Frank has done at Brentford. There's loads of people that tune into this channel that watch Brentford regularly, and they will go on to say they've been the benchmark in how to go about business when getting promoted to the Premier League. And I was looking at some of their stats today, actually. Brentford have scored more goals than Man United and conceded fewer than Spurs since their promotion to the Premier League. That is incredible. Let's look at the knock-on effect that Frank going to Spurs could have for us at Southampton. And I'll explain my thinking as to why I think it could be good for us, because they're going to need a new manager first and foremost. Brentford, by the way, have never ended a single Premier League matchday campaign in a position lower than 16th. That's pretty incredible as well. That's a statistic I wanted to throw in there. I read that today and put it in my notebook. But it's all change at Brentford. They, obviously, Premier League club, will be looking at who they bring in. The second favourite for that job is Ipswich Town manager Kieran McKenna. Ipswich Town, for me, are probably the favourites. When I look at the Championship for the coming season, I believe that they will be the favourites to win that title. I think they're the best equipped with the squad, the business that they did last summer going into the Premier League, bringing in the likes of Smodic, Jack Clark. I think they have the basis of a really, really good team. I think they'll be right in the mix. If McKenna happened to go to Brentford, which he could do, that would definitely be good for Saints, because that would upset all the momentum that they've had under. Because bearing in mind that McKenna's been in there for a while, 2 promotions, they all know how he plays football. There's no change. You know, if they go into next season with no change of manager, I think they're in the best position, in my personal opinion, because the continuity of managers sometimes can be really, really important, especially when you got relegated and you're trying to reset and everybody likes him at that club. The fans love him. It could really upset the apple cart if he leaves there. For me, I feel that it will give Saints, out of the promoted teams, probably the best chance. I that's how I feel at this moment in time. And people are saying, "Oh, you're being naive," but this is how I'm feeling about it, because I think that the uncertainty of what's going to happen at Leicester City, Van Nistelrooy still is going to go, but they still haven't got rid of him. Saints have already got rid of Juric and already got Will Steele in. They're well ahead. They're well set in terms of manager in the door, all knowing what the project is, and they're all going to start putting in the right direction. There'll be loads happening behind the scenes. Leicester City, still a lot of uncertainty around Van Nistelrooy. There could be a points deduction. They're losing Jamie Vardy, a man that's been at their club for ages. There's a lot of uncertainty there. Look, there's uncertainty at Southampton for sure, because there's going to be players going out the door. I just feel out of the 3 promoted clubs, we could end up seeing ourselves in August in the best position out of those 3. Give me your thoughts in the comments box below. I think Van Nistelrooy will definitely go at Leicester City. I don't see him being their manager next year. And if he was, I do feel that he's on the hide into nothing with their fans, because they all hate him. Elsewhere, there's managerial changes all around the Championship, and Middlesbrough, they're managerless at the moment after sacking Michael Carrick. Danny Roll, been linked with every job going this summer, hasn't he? Still the manager of Sheffield Wednesday, by the way. Rob Edwards is in the frame, along with Roll and Steve Cooper for the Borough job. I still don't see Borough being a top 2 side fighting for the title. Hull City, they have a new manager. Not going to try and pronounce his name on this show. Huge season for them ahead after just avoiding relegation by goal difference last year. But Hull City, a great club to go and visit, apparently. A away day I might try and do, actually. Then I was looking today, I forgot about QPR. Marty Cifuentes has left QPR and they're managerless, and they're looking at a guy called Julian Stefan. He was at Strasbourg and Rennes, if I'm right in saying. Read a few bits on him. Not all positive. There's a mixture when you go and look into him. I saw another video about him today, and they're a little bit unsure on him. But the big story today, as the time I'm recording, is Thursday the 12th of June. Sheffield United are on the verge, potentially, of sacking Chris Wilder. And for me, a team that I feel are going to be right in the mix next season. I do feel that they're going to be there. And they still have the players, still have the squad. And now you look at Leeds, they stuck with Daniel Farker when they lost that playoff to us. They stuck with him for the next year, and it paid dividends because he's got them up. I just would find it... I know he's a little bit of a prickly character, Wilder, but I do feel that stick with him, I think they'll be in a better position. But for us as Saints fans, I think we'd probably like to see him moved on, because that'll upset things there a bit, that'll change things round. All these new managers trying to find their feet again. Obviously, this is all happening into the summer. I just love the fact we've already got our manager in, and I'm glad that we've got the man that we've got. But Sheffield United board are apparently reviewing Chris Wilder's position as head coach as they plan for next season. I think it is a really interesting couple of weeks managerial-wise as to what happens with the sides that I feel we are going to be competing with at the top end of the Championship next year. I got asked to do an article actually a few days ago for next season, and thinking about, and they were talking about where we think we're going to finish next season. And I do feel if we get our business done early and we pull things together, we'll still start pre-season with the players 3 weeks' time, and he can hit the ground running nice and early. I really do feel we'll be in the top two. I really do. I'm really positive. I'm going to put it out there. I feel really, really positive. I'm going to do, once the window is done and we're like to the back end of it and we know our squad, I will do a predictions video for the whole of the Championship for next season, where I think we're all going to finish. And then we can look back on it at Christmas and look back on it at the end of the season. And you can get involved in the conversation as well. But massively looking forward to next season already. I'm missing football. I don't know about you guys. I'm absolutely missing football right now. Like I say, no transfer show again till midweek next week. We'll do another one Wednesday unless anything breaks in between. But I don't believe there's going to be anything happen. But I do think as this next couple of weeks starts to move, things will start to pick up. There's no doubt about that. Love to get your thoughts in the conversation below, how you feel we could potentially do next season. What's your aspirations? Mine's top two. I'd like to see us win it. Personally, I want to see us go and win it. Go all out. If we kept Mateus Fernandes, by the way, we'd have a massive, massive chance. He was brilliant for Portugal last night in the under-21s. At the time of recording, I'm now going to go off and watch the England under-21s, but I'm not sure if Ronnie Edwards is playing, but really looking forward to seeing what he can do in a Saints shirt next season. Right, I hope you've enjoyed my short little video here on the channel. By the way, if you want to check out some more Football Martin content, there is plenty to go check out at the moment. I ranked all the away days that I did in the season just gone and the atmospheres, and I also did a keep, loan or sell video a couple of weeks back, and that's well worth checking out as well. Take care. I'll see you on the show very, very soon.